Take a deep breath with me. In this moment, what do you truly want? If you're like most people, somewhere in your heart lives this thought: I just want to be happy. When will I finally feel truly content? We spend our lives chasing happiness like it's a destination on a map. When I get that promotion, I'll be happy. When I buy that house, then I'll be satisfied. When I find the right person, everything will fall into place. Day after day, we run toward this place called happiness, always believing it's just around the corner. But here's what happens when we get there. We feel good for a moment, maybe even great. But then our minds start wandering again. Now I need something bigger. What's next on my list? And the cycle begins again. Sound familiar? What if I told you that everything you've been taught about happiness might be backwards? What if happiness isn't a destination at all? Think about the happiest moments in your life. Really think about them. Was it when you finally got that thing you wanted? Or was it simpler than that? Maybe it was laughing so hard your stomach hurt. Maybe it was watching a sunset that took your breath away. Maybe it was holding someone's hand. Maybe it was the smell of coffee on a quiet morning. These moments didn't require achievement. They didn't need perfect circumstances. They just were. Here's a radical idea. What if happiness isn't something you achieve, but something you already have access to? What if it's not about getting more, but about noticing more? Let me ask you something. Right now, in this very moment, are you breathing? Is your heart beating? Can you hear these words? These aren't small things. These are miracles happening inside you right now. But we've trained ourselves to look past them. We've convinced ourselves that life will begin when? When we lose those 10 pounds, when we get out of debt, when the kids are older, when we retire. When. Meanwhile, life is happening now. Your life is happening now. What if happiness isn't about perfect circumstances, but about perfect attention? What if it's about being fully present in whatever moment you're actually living? I know what you might be thinking. That sounds nice, but you don't understand my problems. You don't know how stressed I am. You don't know what I'm going through. And you're right, I don't. But I do know this. Even in difficult times, there are moments. Tiny pockets of peace. Brief instances of beauty. Small sparks of connection. The question is, are you available for them? Here's what nobody tells you about happiness. It's not a feeling you can manufacture. It's not a state you can force. It's more like sunlight. You can't create sunlight, but you can stop hiding from it. You can open the curtains. You can step outside. You can turn your face toward it. Happiness works the same way. It's already there. The question is, are you available for it? We live in a culture that tells us more is always better. More money, more success, more stuff, more experiences. But what if enough is actually enough? What if you already have everything you need to be content? What if the life you're living right now, with all its imperfections, contains everything necessary for happiness? I'm not saying don't have goals. I'm not saying don't strive for better. I'm saying don't postpone your happiness until then, because there will always be another then. The promotion leads to wanting a bigger promotion. The house leads to wanting a bigger house. The relationship leads to wanting a perfect relationship. It never ends, unless you decide it ends. Unless you decide that right here, right now is enough. Think about a child playing, really playing, lost in the moment, completely absorbed. When was the last time you felt that way? That state isn't reserved for children. It's available to all of us. It's called presence. It's giving your full attention to whatever you're doing. Whether you're washing dishes or walking in nature, whether you're talking with a friend or sitting quietly alone. The activity doesn't matter. Your attention does. Here's a simple exercise. Look around you right now. Really look. Notice 5 things you can see. 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This is called grounding yourself in the present moment. And in the present moment, most problems don't actually exist. In the present moment, there's usually just this, whatever this is. And most of the time, this is manageable. This is okay. This is enough. Our suffering rarely comes from what's actually happening right now. It comes from our thoughts about what happened yesterday, or our worries about what might happen tomorrow. But right now, you're probably okay. I want to share something with you, something that might change how you see your life. You don't have to earn happiness. You don't have to deserve it. You don't have to be perfect to access it. Happiness isn't a reward for good behavior. It's not a prize for achievement. It's your birthright. It's available to you simply because you're alive. But here's the catch. You have to choose it again and again and again. Every moment offers you a choice. You can focus on what's wrong, or you can focus on what's right. You can focus on what's missing, or you can focus on what's present. Both perspectives are true. Both exist simultaneously. The question is, which one do you want to feed? Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. If you look for problems, you'll find them. If you look for beauty, you'll find that too. Your experience of life isn't determined by your circumstances. It's determined by your attention. Where you place your attention is where you place your life. So where do you want to place your life? On what you lack or on what you have? On what's broken or on what's working? On future fears or present gifts? This isn't about positive thinking. This isn't about pretending everything is fine when it's not. This is about balance. This is about choice. This is about recognizing that you have more power over your experience than you might think. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The happiest people aren't those who have the most. They're those who appreciate the most. Gratitude isn't just a nice idea. It's a happiness practice. It's a way of training your mind to notice what's working instead of what's not. Try this tonight before you sleep. Think of 3 things that went well today. They don't have to be big things. Maybe the coffee was especially good. Maybe a stranger smiled at you. Maybe you helped someone. Maybe you learned something new. Notice how this simple practice changes how you feel about your day. Now imagine doing this every night. Imagine training your brain to look for good things. Imagine becoming the kind of person who notices beauty, kindness, and wonder. This is how you change your life, not by changing your circumstances, but by changing your relationship with your circumstances. Here's what I want you to understand. You don't have to wait for permission to be happy. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions. You don't have to wait for all your problems to be solved. You can choose happiness now, in this moment, with things exactly as they are. Not because everything is perfect, but because perfect isn't required. Happiness isn't about having a perfect life. It's about perfectly accepting the life you have and then working from that place of acceptance to make it even better. But starting from acceptance, starting from enough, starting from gratitude for what is. You know what's beautiful about this approach? When you're happy with what you have, you naturally attract more good things. When you appreciate your current relationships, they deepen. When you're grateful for your current opportunities, new ones appear. Happiness isn't the end goal. It's the starting point. It's the foundation from which you build everything else. So let me ask you again, what do you truly want? Maybe it's not more stuff. Maybe it's not more achievements. Maybe it's not more anything. Maybe what you want is to feel at peace with who you are. Maybe you want to feel grateful for what you have. Maybe you want to feel present in your own life. Maybe what you want is to stop running and start living. The good news? You can have all of that right now. Not when you're thinner, not when you're richer, not when you're more successful. Right now. Because happiness isn't a place you get to. It's a choice you make, and you can make that choice right now. Take another deep breath with me. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your body in this moment. Feel yourself alive and aware. This is it. This is your life. Right here, right now. And right here, right now, you have everything you need to be happy. Not everything you want, but everything you need. The question is, will you choose to see it? Will you choose to feel it? Will you choose happiness? The choice is yours. It always has been, it always will be. And whatever you choose, you are enough. Your life is enough. This moment is enough. You are enough.